Hey guys, welcome back to another random redstone video. So today we're going to take a look at a new type of villager breeder. But before we get to that, let's take a look at this. So this is ImpulseSV's villager breeding system. It's pretty standard. There'll be a link to it down in the video description. If you watch a lot of Minecraft, I'm sure you've seen this before. So the basic idea is within this glass house here, we're going to have a farmer and another type of villager, and the farmer will pick up the potatoes and share his food with the other guy, and then eventually they will mate. And then down here at the bottom you've got your little room with your third villager in it who detects the doors and sets the population. So what's supposed to happen is once the village gets a baby in there, he's supposed to walk over here to this this little block right here and not know that this trapdoor is open and fall in and get swept away. Well, that doesn't always happen. So I decided to edit the design a little bit by adding a lot more trapdoors all the way around. And still, this didn't have a 100% success rate. So I figure let's go back to the drawing board. So starting from scratch, here's kind of what I came up with. So here we have my original idea, which was to just make an area where you could have a lot of farmland and baby villagers could fit out and underneath the glass in every direction. And then right in the middle, we'll have a dispenser with a water bucket. So if we go ahead and hit this button right here, the dispenser will fire the water. And as you can see, all of the baby villagers are swept off. Every single time. They always fall out. So if you have adult villagers in here, you can see from this demonstration right here, they will not be able to get out. No matter how hard they try, they can't leave. So I went ahead and decided to elaborate on this idea, and this is what I came up with. So this is version, I guess, 2.0. So same basic concept. You put a couple of adult villagers inside and they farm all the stuff, and eventually they breed, and then once in a while you come by and click on the dispenser here and water will push the babies out, and then you can collect them down at the bottom in one of these 4 places. So you got one here, one in the back, one here, and one in the back. Well, this wasn't a very efficient design, so went ahead and made another modification to it to where the water channels will then kind of congregate all of the villagers in the front, and then you have one pickup location for all of them. So then moving towards automation, we went ahead and added a bit of redstone to allow for the dispenser on top to be automated. So that way once every, say, 18 minutes it'll fire, because it takes about 20 minutes for a baby villager to grow up into a full-grown villager. So this is the basic redstone design down here. We have an etho hopper clock with about 80 items inside, 85 items, which would normally, I have this one set much lower just for demonstration purposes, but you put about 85 items in there and this will tick once every minute. And then over here you have just a hopper and a dropper, and this will toggle back and forth until you have moved all 18 of the items over here, at which point this dispenser will turn off, this dispenser will turn on the comparator going out, and it'll lead around to this pulse extender. So this pulse extender is going to feed over here, which will then cut off the power to the hopper, letting all of the items flow back into the dropper, then cutting off the power that goes around the other way. And at the same time, this same redstone signal is going to come out and turn the etho hopper clock off. Now, over here, back to this one. So once you get your signal coming out from the dispenser, or the dropper rather, once the dropper sends a redstone signal to this pulse extender, it's going to extend the pulse more, going up this way, right up this blue section, up this blue wool, right over here to our top etho hopper clock. And this is going to then trigger the dispenser up top for the water channel that will then sweep all of the baby villagers off. All right, so let's move on to the 5th version. So this is the 5th version. So basically, this takes advantage of the mechanic for villagers to try to feed each other. And up top, we have a giant potato farm. So you put a villager in here who is a farmer or a brown coat of some sort, and he will harvest the potatoes, and eventually he'll wander over to the middle and see, hey, I've got friends down here that are hungry, and he will throw food to them. So, oh, here's some potatoes. We'll just go ahead and throw these guys down there. There we go. And they will probably share the potatoes amongst themselves if the water didn't push it away. But let's go ahead down to the next level down. And perfect. Okay, so in here, this is the same idea that we have over there. The difference here is we've put half slabs right along the top so that these two villagers are stuck right next to each other. So by feeding them, they will eventually become willing to breed, and they will mate with each other and have a little baby who will run around. Chances are he will go ahead and fall off and jump into the water channel by himself, but in the event that he doesn't, the timer will click on and push him into the water stream, which then he will be collected down at the bottom. All right, so here's the final design. So let's go ahead and walk through the entirety of how it works. So first things first, we're just going to come right over here with this conveniently placed chest, and we're going to go ahead and summon in a Profession 0 Career 1 Villager, and that'll give us one of the needed types. So it is in fact a shepherd. Let's just go ahead and fix this. There we go. All right, perfect. And we'll go ahead and break this chest, which is full of potatoes. There we go. All right, perfect. And there's the last little bit. Great. So we'll just go ahead and break this glass there. Now, next up, we're going to put 2 adult villagers down here. Maybe if this guy will stop bobbing up and down. There we go. All right, perfect. So now this guy's going to start his farming routine here in just a minute, and eventually he will wander over and he will start to feed these guys down below. But just to expedite the process, I'm going to go ahead and throw them a couple of stacks of potatoes just so that they're nice and well fed. All right, so now they have lots of potatoes, so they should be all set. So eventually, like I said, this guy will start farming, and these guys will become willing to mate, and the little baby villager will pop out at the bottom. So let's go ahead and give it a second for that to happen. Oh, there goes one. Oh, there goes the other. Oh, more hearts. Hey, there we go. And we have our first baby villager. So now, in just a few minutes, the water dispenser will fire and it will knock the baby villager off. No, but he fell off first. So yeah, this is basically how it works. Like I said, the villager on top, our farmer friend, will continue to farm potatoes, and he will go ahead and throw them down to our villagers whenever they get hungry. And this is a pretty easy solution to the problem. I mean, it did take a little while to figure out all of the redstone bits, but overall, I think this solution kind of fixes the problem that I know I've been having, and I'm sure other people have been having as well. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and if you make an improvement, please let me know. I know the redstone in here is definitely not the most compact. It's probably a bit clunky, but redstone is not exactly the thing that I am the best at. So have a great day, guys. I will see you next time.